Hey everyone, registered dietitian nutritionist Nina Rocca here. I'm here to talk to you about hemp foods today. So I got some feedback after my last video with some questions about hemp food, and when I'm talking about hemp food, I'm referring to a few things. First, I'm referring to hemp seeds or hemp hearts, and these are hulled, meaning they don't have any shell on the outside, it's the inner seeds. I'm talking about hemp protein powder, okay, made from the hemp plant, and I'm talking about hemp milk. So these are three items that you could get at the grocery store that are from the hemp plant that provide you with all these great nutrients that we're going to talk about today. So hemp foods became a favorite superfood of mine when I started researching it about 10 years ago, and I've been inclined to share this superfood with patients and clients as I can, as I found out it has so many great health properties that are beneficial to our health. So any little dietary change you can make to add in some superfoods here or there is a good thing to try. So hemp foods don't contain any CBD and they don't contain any THC. What they do contain is nutrients like omega-3 fatty acids, fiber, and protein that are really good for our health. So we talked about some of the nutrients that are found in hemp foods. There's many of them, but omega-3 fatty acids are a major one. And did you know that the average American doesn't consume enough omega-3 fatty acids? And omega-3 fatty acids are essential for our health. We need to eat them. Our body doesn't make them. They're important to reduce inflammation, and they are useful in reducing the risk of chronic illness like cardiac disease and cancer, and these are leading causes of death in the US. So it's pretty important to try to get enough omega-3 fatty acids in your day. A serving of hemp seeds is 3 tablespoons, and it's about this much, so it seems like a lot at first. And you want to slowly integrate this into your diet. It doesn't have to be all at once, but it can be throughout the day, and that's fine. And this is a great way to kind of add in those omegas. Now, research says that the best way to get omega-3 fatty acids is from marine sources, meaning fish or omega-3 fatty acids in like the pill form from fish or seafood. But unfortunately, not everybody can take those supplements or eat fish. So for those who are vegan or don't eat fish or have an allergy or can't take supplements, this plant-based omega-3 fatty acid is really the way to go. So I would say to give it a try. So another important nutrient found in hemp seeds is fiber. So fiber is very important for our health to reduce the risk of colon cancer and to keep our gut microbiome healthy. So a happy gut is a well-fed gut, and that includes adding enough fiber to the diet. So you can do that by adding in hemp seeds. So if you add hemp seed to another food like oats, for example, it kind of bumps up the amount of fiber that you'd get in that meal. So it's pretty important. Unfortunately, the average American doesn't consume enough fiber. Recommendations are anywhere from 25 to 38 grams, depending on. Now we're going to talk about protein, and hemp seeds are a great source of plant-based protein. Protein is very important for our health. It helps build a strong immune system, rejuvenate our cells and tissue, and build lean muscle. Okay, so protein is very important. Now there's 2 types of protein, animal protein and plant-based protein that you may be hearing about. So the main difference is that animal protein comes from animals, so chicken, fish, eggs, beef, pork, and then your dairy foods that are coming from animals. Whereas plant-based proteins are any of the proteins that come from plants. So fruits, vegetables, whole grains, nuts, seeds, and beans all contain protein. So as I mentioned before, hemp seeds are a great source of plant-based protein. So there's 10 grams of protein in a serving of hemp seeds, which is 3 tablespoons. So it's a little bit more than a medium egg or an ounce of fish or chicken or beef that usually contains around 7 grams per ounce. So I'm not saying that one is better than the other, but I am suggesting that plant-based proteins can contain a lot of protein. And the good news is that hemp seeds contain all of the amino acids that you need, and it's very important to get that throughout the day, which you can from plant foods. So definitely give hemp foods and hemp seeds a try, and they are a great addition to your diet if you're trying to add more of those plant-based proteins in. Okay, so let's talk about how to add hemp foods to your diet, because we suggest it, but how do you do it? So to start, hemp milk can be added in substitution to any kind of milk that you already use. So there's an unsweetened version and a sweetened. If you try the sweetened, just remember you'll be getting some added sugars. So you can add that to cereal, coffee, smoothies, anything you use milk in usually. So another thing you could add is hemp protein. So I like to add hemp protein to baked goods, to smoothies. It really works out well there. And then you have your hemp seeds, which I showed you earlier. And these are a great addition to like salads or any type of recipe that you'd add nuts and seeds. I've added them to cookies before too. So they're very diverse. They can be used in sweet or savory dishes, and there's really endless ways that you could use them in recipes. So give them a try. So one of my personal favorite ways to add in hemp food, and hemp seeds in particular, is overnight oats and yogurt parfaits. So those are my two favorite breakfast foods, and I like to add them into that. So I have a recipe that I made, overnight oats. I made these yesterday, and I'm gonna share the video and the recipe with you guys, okay? For those of you who haven't tried overnight oats, you basically mix up some foods and you let them sit in the fridge overnight, and they absorb all the liquids and the nutrients that you put in there, and you can have it either cold or warm the next day. So this one's pretty intense. There's a lot of fiber in it. So if this is the first time that you're trying overnight oats, it's gonna have a lot of fiber. So just take it slow. Maybe try half the recipe first. So let's dive in. I'm gonna go ahead and try it because I haven't yet. Now, I only put a tablespoon of maple syrup in this recipe, which you will see, but some may like it a little sweeter. And if you do, you can go ahead and try to add another tablespoon in there, but just remember that you're adding more added sugar to your diet, so be aware. Let's try it. So I love this, and I already know I do. But it's pretty nutty. It has a nutty flavor. I personally am allergic to nuts, if you don't know that already about me. That happened during college years, so it's been hard for me to steer away from peanut butter and hazelnuts and all those yummy things. So hemp seeds are a great addition to sub in for some of those foods. So it's really good. It makes the texture nice and crunchy, and the hemp milk makes it creamy. So give it a go and try it out. I like it like this. Again, if you need to add a little more sweetness, go ahead and try it with 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. So I'm gonna go ahead and share that video with you now, and then we'll have some closing thoughts. Enjoyed that recipe and that you give it a go. I just want to let everyone know that it's gluten-free, dairy-free, and nut-free, so it's actually a pretty stable recipe to try. If you are gluten sensitive, just beware of the oats that you choose, that they are actually gluten-free. Check the label for that. But okay, well, that's all the information I have to share with you today on hemp seeds, hemp protein, and hemp milk. If you have any questions, feel free to leave me a comment below, and I'll get back to you shortly. But thanks for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care and have a fruitful day. Bye.